Let's get IT big dog.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we've got a pair of running backs who are hoping for plenty of touches to come their way. It's the Jaguars going up against the Texans. With that, let's get on out to Houston. We're standing by as our commentary team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gauden. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Here's the kicker, Nick Novak, to get us started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now we get ready for Jacksonville to take the field on offense. Blake Bortles this year accounted for 22 turnovers, 16 interceptions, and 6 fumbles, and just all around for the Jags, not the year that they expected. 3-13.
Yeah, everyone expected the Jags to make a jump and actually contend for a playoff spot. And, of course, a lot of people thought that Blake Bortles would be leading them. And I remember talking with a personnel guy in the league before this season and talking about the season Bortles had in 2015. And he said to me, yeah, take a closer look at it. A lot of the success he had when they were down 14 points or more. I want to see him in some tighter games. It didn't happen this year. He's got a lot of work to do to get back to being that rising star. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. On second down, here's Bortles. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Bortles going to try and throw on third down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drip back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now it's 2nd and 7. Now Bortles throwing on second down. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The veteran tight end, Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Throwing his Bortles on third down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So on fourth down, the Jags send out Brad Nortman to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Leopard.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, if I told you in preseason that DeAndre Hopkins would have less than 1,000 receiving yards, would you have looked at me funny?
I would have. He's coming off a 1,500-yard season, and he's gotten better each and every year through the first 3.
And they have weapons around him now. Will Fuller can stretch the field. Braxton Miller, when they get him back healthy, he can fly as well. They got Lamar Miller as a running back in free agency. They've got people who can stretch things open and get the ball to DeAndre Hopkins in open field, but he had a connection that wasn't very good with his quarterbacks this season.
And by the way, Charles, touchdown production dropped big time too. 11 last season, 4 this year. And speaking of Lamar Miller, up over 1,000 yards this season for the Houston Texans, 5 touchdowns as well. And the second time in his 5-year career, he topped the 1,000 mark.
And he did it missing 2 games due to injury, so just think of what the numbers could have been. But looking forward, he is such a versatile player. I would not be surprised if Bill O'Brien adds a little more to his plate in 2017 and throws the ball a little bit more to him out of the backfield. Get him into space and let him create bigger plays that way as well.
Face mask. Defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
In motion is Fedorowicz. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Dante Fowler just made a play that he can be really proud of there. Nice tackle for loss, and what a relief it is for him to be back on an NFL field after missing his entire rookie season with a knee injury.
I think the entire defensive unit is relieved that he's out there.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Leopard. Leopard. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to have a third down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now fourth down. On fourth down, the Texans will turn it over to the active leader in punting yards, and that's Shane Leckler.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Jaguars getting set to go. And last time out there to punt the football away, anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Second down following the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Completes it to Lee. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Bortles to throw on second down. Surveying the field. He's going to... This is caught inside the 15. A gain of 32 that time.
Today's receivers in the NFL, they're the complete package nowadays. We know they can run, we know they can catch, but they have those big frames now. So oftentimes they just out-physical guys downfield and go up and catch the football. And we saw a big gain as a result on that play.
Here's the option going right. Ooh, with a juke. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And they'll go on the ground. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Bortles going to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And it brings up 4th down. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going. So on 4th down, on comes the Jaguars. Jason Myers now for the field goal try. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the 2nd quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. The catch made by Miller. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool. No touchdown scored yet so far.
Yeah, none whatsoever. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch it now, Barney. Leopard.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Drops it to Blue. Complete. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. NFL teams last year, a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They'll try and throw for it here. Gets it to Strong. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And Miller with it over the middle. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll drop to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller, and it's 4th down.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw again. And he's got Miller. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. 17 yards on the pickup. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
what you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jag. Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
With all the specialization we have in this great game, at some point the head coach is going to take charge of every group. And I think at halftime, he spent a little time with the special teams coach and said, look, you've got to find a way to get us a big play to help us get back into this.
Second half begins with a run from Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
On second down, here's Miller. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They're trying to establish that running game, but they're really, really having trouble, aren't they?
Yeah, when you're running against a really good 4-3 defense, that means you've got big guys inside who control things. Those big defensive tackles are making it very difficult to find open space.
And finding Fedorowicz. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
And they'll run it here. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Let's go, Leopard! Leopard! Let's see it! Let's see it! Over!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Strong grabs it over the middle. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. He's got the completion to Strong. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Back now at the home of Super Bowl 51, NRG Stadium in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Here we go now.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Rolling to his right. And his throw is going to be incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, This feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. The play clock's running down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They run a draw here on second down. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing his Bortles on third down. Finding time. All kinds of time. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
Caught out left side by Robinson. Touchdown, Jaguars. Allen Robinson, 37 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Now let's go.
Now back to throw. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And they're going to speed things up here. They go play action here on first down. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 51 yards. And the Texans draw a bit closer.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job 1. Now they have to convert. And then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes, look at your timeouts, make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard, and the time left on the clock, as you noted, so many things to go through.
Oh, the Texans may have recovered. They did recover. So they needed the onside kick. They got it. Now they need a field goal.
And that's the beauty of this. They don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game for them. Nicely executed play.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. It's a foot race. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
It's good to make it 17-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky early, he can't just exit out and ask someone else to pick things up. He's got to do it himself, and that's what he's done here in this game.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Play action. They'll throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Barry Church. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead. So now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So 2nd and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And this defense looks for 1 more stop here on 3rd after the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Are you kidding me? And now the rookie's free. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 55 yards. And that run has to be so deflating for the defense. They needed the stop. That might put the icing on the cake.
Perfect word for it, because when an offense grinds...
GG straight gammon pimp. GG. GG straight gammon pimp.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Both quarterbacks have reliable tight ends they know they'll be able to count on to make plays. It's the Steelers going up against the Browns. With that, let's get up to Cleveland. We're standing by our Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. From the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports has coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. And, Charles, we saw Larry focus on the tight end matchup in his open. You think it's one to watch, don't you?
Definitely one to watch because these guys can create such big plays by all the different things they can do. Line up out wide, in the slot, line up in a normal tight end position, and then who are you going to cover them with? Is it a linebacker, a defensive back? They create mismatches all throughout the game.
Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And off we go from Cleveland. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. This is Isaiah Crowell. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
There's no sense in dancing around it. Not a lot of bright spots to talk about in Cleveland this year. But I think Isaiah Crowell, the running back, he's a guy we got to keep an eye on in the future. Short of 1,000 yards, but it's hard for him to get enough carries to get there.
Yeah, but he was healthy, started all 16 games. Coach Hugh Jackson, though, said it was his goal to get him to 1,000. You're right, though, just shy of that at 952. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
A first down carry now for Crowell. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Let's meet the offensive starters, and let's discuss Corey Coleman, first wide receiver drafted out of last year's class.
And there was a reason for that. When you watched his tape, when you watched his games, you saw his explosiveness and ability to play the ball in the air downfield. Don't get hung up on the fact he only ran 4 routes at Baylor. Just coach him up and turn him loose.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now they'll throw it with Osweiler. Backing up. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Bud Dupree came out of the University of Kentucky determined to let everyone know that they play football there as well as basketball. A terrific pass rusher off the edge.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Right here. Leopard!
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. On fourth down, the Browns hand things over to the veteran Britton Colquitt to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted spotted at the 14-yard line. And we shift our attention to the Pittsburgh Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger, Charles, a man who could become the next 50,000-yard passer in the coming season. Would have had his fifth 4,000-yard individual season last year if it wasn't for the couple of games he missed.
I think his consistency is something we have to start talking about, because we talk about being one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and there's really no doubt about that. But just him answering the bell year after year, putting up those kind of numbers, and leading one of the best offenses in the league. Also, remember Big Ben as a younger quarterback, moving out of the pocket, taking the hit, shrugging them off? Now he's staying in the pocket and winning from there more and more, and I think that's going to enhance his career going forward.
So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Brown finishing 2016 with over 1,200 yards, 106 receptions. Now for him, people were expecting maybe some bigger numbers, Charles. What did you make of Antonio Brown's season?
Well, what I made of it is that he started to get more help along the way. Jesse James developed at tight end. Once Le'Veon Bell got into the lineup, he started to catch passes out of the backfield and ate up a few numbers as well. So Big Ben had more targets to throw it to. That should help Antonio Brown going forward in 2017, because he'll still be the primary guy. But when you get help, boy, you can make bigger plays downfield.
On second down, Roethlisberger. James has got it. Complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. This offense has some speed, and certainly Martavis Bryant, he has some speed.
He has that, and he has size. That's what makes him so difficult to cover, because just when you think you have to play him one way, the other attribute kicks in. Martavis Bryant could be an all-star real soon.
3rd and 4. From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this will remain a scoreless game. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
And as the Cleveland Browns come back out onto the field, they'll get going again on offense here in a second. But 1-15 this last year. And it's a franchise that since moving back to Cleveland in '99 has only been to the playoffs one time.
Hard to believe, right? Just 2 winning seasons in that time.
Yeah, only 2.
Well, but I think there's optimism to be had here in Cleveland. I think that the fans, it's tough for them to see it after another 1-15 season. But I think that they have a plan in place to move this franchise forward. Ownership, front office, head coach, all in lockstep together, with a vision and a plan that they intend to execute.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. So not much to speak of scoring-wise in this first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. You are watching. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. 3rd down now following the run. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Well, kind of interesting for sure. It worked out for them. They only had a yard to go. You know, when you do that fake punt, you're kind of starting back further than you need to when you only have 1 yard.
Yeah, and I guess they felt like that was a true full fake because most of the time with a yard to go, you leave your offense on the field, you run something from your playbook. But here, they gave the full impression they were going to punt it away and picked up the first down. They definitely surprised us.
I was going to say surprise, surprise. 2nd and just 1. Throwing, Osweiler. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Hayward in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Osweiler. And this is going to be incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. Now 4th down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 53. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
It's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this one is incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And that'll make it 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Offense.
You got it. You got it.
Hey Brew, good to see you online.
On now the Steelers' second-year punter. This is Australian-born Jordan Berry. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And, oh, he coughed it up. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
On 3rd down, Osweiler. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
With it is Brown. 1:52 left to play in this second quarter. More from Cleveland after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with Larry Ridley for highlights and analysis of our first half of play. Well, not too many highlights yet, at least in terms of scoring plays, that is.
Yeah, but hang in there. We might get something these last 2 minutes.
Hey, tight end right. Watch tight end.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. In 12 regular season games this last year for Bell, averaging over 150 yards from scrimmage. First 2 games in the playoffs were great, but, you know, getting injured in the final game probably leaves a bad taste in his mouth.
Leaves a bad taste. Gives him fuel for the next season, though, because, remember, for the last few years, he hasn't been able to play a full season for various reasons. Now, going into next year, imagine those numbers over a 16-game season.
And this is going to be intercepted. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. A great read, and it's picked off. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. And the big boy, dare I say, he showed some athleticism there.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what else we saw on that play? why they do more and more ball drills in practice. They want everyone proficient with catching the football and being comfortable, because you never know when a big play like this will happen for a big man.
Now, post-game locker room, does he get an extra drumstick?
He was going to get that anyway. He may get the whole spread now.
Yeah, put some gravy on there. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. On the return, it's Niall Davis. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. He's got a man, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Martavis Bryant, 71 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful. He was looking to get it to Kenny Britt that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Second and 10 now. Osweiler. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 7 yards remaining here on third down. Now it's Osweiler. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
We always admire guys with arm strength, don't we? Whether it's misplaced or not at times. But when you throw a comeback route, you have to have arm strength to complete it, and Brock Osweiler just showed it off.
To throw is Osweiler. He's got time. Going underneath for Crowell. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. From midfield now, here's Osweiler. And a catch made by Kenny Britt. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Osweiler. He's got time in the pocket. Look at the time. And it's knocked away and incomplete. That time they were looking for the former Auburn Tiger, Ricardo Lewis. And that'll bring up second down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
2nd and 10. It's Osweiler again. Oh, battled at the line, and now the rookie's free. A great read, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Browns right now have a time of possession advantage, but it has not led them to taking control of this game. The Steelers, though, are still right in this game and will certainly be looking for a way to pull this one out in the second half. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half.
Well, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get him right to quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Returnable here for Davis. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Holding, receiving team.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. A screen to Bell. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. James has got it. Complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. James has it. Give him 7 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
In motion, James, the tight end. Now Davis. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Time to tighten up the seatbelt just a little bit, partner, because that was a safety that crashed in there and made that play behind the line of scrimmage. How about that pursuit?
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. And on third down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Now Ben on third and long. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go on fourth down with Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It'll be a gain of 11. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic, and Big Ben welcomes that. And Big Ben won a Super Bowl at 23, youngest ever to do so, has never looked back. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back. But now, I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles. But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. They'll run with Davis. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Steps away. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump-off. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they? Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late.
tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On the counter, here's Bell. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Goes underneath for Bell. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a third down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Boswell's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the fourth quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Steelers defense getting ready here for this next possession. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll come out in the pistol. Throwing now, Osweiler on first down. Coleman has it here right side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, it's Osweiler. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Throwing now is Osweiler. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And quickly they get to the line. Now it's Osweiler. Surveying the field. Completes it right side to Britt. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Let's go! 3-19!
Osweiler to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Osweiler. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And just a simple, basic neutral zone infraction here, partner.
Yeah, when you're ready to launch and go get the quarterback, sometimes you take off a bit too fast.
On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. Finding time. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, now.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
And now out come the Steelers. They're in a good spot. 2-possession game, barely, but it's now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Website Bro.
So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Again, it's Bell. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. Boy, people are really happy about those picks. Any fantasy team that has this defense.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already. Get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there. And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That one goes for 24 yards. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Off the play fake. Here's Osweiler. Deep drop. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Here we go. Blue line it.
Osweiler will throw again. He's got time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Bud Dupree in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years.
Tomorrow I'm playing 2 more week 1 matchups in our...
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.
Cool. Thanks for joining, but in the meantime you know what we doing, straight gammon PIMMP.